Witnesses in a nearby parking lot reported hearing multiple gunshots.
Oh no! Why did they kill them though?
Why?
Almost died.
Why'd you almost die?
I tripped over my shoes and then the cane.
Oh my gosh.
The world wanted me gone just now.
Did you write your will yet?
And today
I feel like I should be on it.
Speaking of
Real talk. I don't get nothing. Like nothing.
you won't even.
Wait. Before you answer, I would give you something. It wouldn't be crazy, but you would have something. Like maybe it's like something cool. Like you know what I'm saying? Something cool. Like maybe something my water bottle or something. Like you feel me? You get something like nothing crazy.
I'd give you like Lizzie's litter box.
I don't want that. I don't want that.
Type. And today we were watching the most painful restaurant deaths ever. Me when the Popeyes catches up to me. Let's just get straight into it. You already know the vibes. Sure, check out my videos.
Not yo.
Sure, check out Stanley's videos.
Stanley.
And let's just get into it. I actually haven't had Popeyes again in like I don't think I've had Popeyes this year.
I'm not
This year.
We were in the same crib this year.
No, we weren't.
Yes, we were. And yes,
Oh,
we were.
you're right.
What are you talking about,
I
bro?
didn't have Popeyes then.
Yes, you did.
When?
Bro, at the
When we went to Burger King.
Yeah.
Burger King. That was my last time ever eating Popeyes.
Okay, that makes more sense. But
You're
you
right.
said this
You're
year,
right.
and
You're
I was
right.
like, "There's no way."
What month was that? That had to have
That was a
been like
week ago.
that was like February.
I said like 5 months ago. Yeah,
Not even 5. That's more than 5.
6, 7. I didn't do that on purpose though. I didn't do that on purpose. But yeah, it's been a minute though.
It's been a grip.
Yeah.
It's been a grip.
But me moving down here and everything was this year, so I know we had Popeyes.
You're right.
Murders incident. In August 1985, the quiet streets of Macau became the setting for one of the most brutal restaurant massacres ever recorded. Huang Jiheng was a 29-year-old gambler, known in local circles for his mounting debts and increasingly desperate behavior. The Wang family owned and operated the Immortals restaurant, a popular establishment where locals gathered for traditional
That don't look like a bang. I'm not gonna lie.
Cantonese cuisine. They had made the mistake of lending Huang 600,000 patakas, approximately $75,000
Let me hold a pataka, man.
in today's currency. On August 4th, Huang entered the restaurant after closing time. Security footage later showed him arriving at 11:47 p.m. carrying a bag containing knives and rope. The Wang family was finishing their end-of-day routine when Huang confronted them about the debt. Within minutes, the confrontation escalated. Huang methodically killed each family member, starting with the patriarch, 62-year-old Wang Hong.
Not the
Some were stabbed with kitchen knives
kids.
found on the premises. Others were strangled with electrical cords. Medical examiners later determined that several victims remained conscious during the initial attacks, aware of family members being murdered nearby. After killing all 10 family members, including 2 children aged 4 and 6, Huang began the process of dismemberment. Using butcher tools from the restaurant kitchen, he separated limbs from torsos, working through the night. He packed body parts into plastic bags and restaurant food containers. Between 3:30 a.m. and 5:15 a.m., Huang made multiple trips to dispose of the remains. Some were thrown into the ocean off Macau's eastern shore. Others were placed in dumpsters throughout the city. Police discovered the first remains on August 6th when a restaurant customer reported the establishment mysteriously closed. Huang was arrested 3 days later while attempting to flee to mainland China. Popeyes shooting incident.
No,
It was over the sandwich.
it's just that. Oh,
It was over the sandwich. I remember this.
Oh,
It was the sandwich. It was the sandwich. It was the sandwich. It was the sandwich.
On April 16th, 1990.
Never. Yo, they didn't even have one. No. There was a murder over the sandwich. There was a murder. You remember that shit? You have to remember that shit.
Don't put that on
Over that. Was killing over that.
1994, the Popeyes restaurant in Gadsden, Alabama was preparing to close for the night. 4 employees were completing their final tasks inside the fast food establishment. At 10:47 p.m., Robert Bryant Melson and Kahuatamak Hinriki Parida entered through the
Robert, that's not a black name.
No, I don't think either of them.
The second one,
Definitely
what
not.
the heck is that? I don't know what that
Run it
is.
back.
10:47 p.m., Robert Bryant Melson
Robert is on thin ice.
and Kahuatamak Hinriki Parida entered
That actually
Kahuatamak.
low key. You don't think it sounds like type African?
It might be.
through the unlocked front door. Melson, 23, carried a .45 caliber handgun. Parida, 17, served as lookout.
Oh, that's
The
not.
employees
That's Hispanic.
Yeah,
immediately recognized the danger. Bryant Bailey, 23, tried to reason with the intruders. His co-workers, Nathaniel Baker, 17, Tamika Collins, 18, and
Oh my god.
Dang, he was the oldest trying to
Life's ahead of him.
Daryl Collier, 23, stood frozen behind the counter. Melson ordered all four to move toward the walk-in freezer at the back of the restaurant. Security footage later showed the employees complying, their hands raised. At 10:52 p.m., all four were forced inside the 8x10-foot freezer. Witnesses in a nearby parking lot reported hearing multiple gunshots.
Oh no! Why did they kill them though? Why even do that?
Just literally sick in the head, bro.
Like,
There was
just
no
take
purpose.
the money.
Yeah.
In rapid succession. Inside the freezer, Melson fired 7 shots at close range. Bryant Bailey was hit in the neck and chest. Nathaniel Baker received bullets to his head and torso. Tamika Collins was shot 3 times in the chest. Each died within seconds from catastrophic blood loss and organ damage. Daryl Collier was shot in the face, but the bullet followed an unusual path, exiting without hitting vital structures. He collapsed among his dead co-workers, bleeding profusely but conscious. The robbers took $2,100.
Oh my God, bro!
You telling me they took just a nice hard month at work for 4 people's lives?
It's like they didn't even have to kill them
at all, bro.
And fled. For 15 minutes, Collier lay among the bodies in the freezing cold, fighting shock and blood loss. When police arrived at 11:23 p.m., they found him still alive. Melson was executed by lethal injection on June 8, 2017.
Yeah.
Perita remains on death row after murdering a fellow inmate in 1999.
Wow, he caught another body.
A fatal gust of wind incident. On January
Was it
Did that
Denny
one dude
sign?
survive?
Well, yeah, he survived.
19th, 2023.
I think this is the Denny sign one. I think we've
Lillian
seen this
and
one.
Lloyd Curtis were driving through Elizabethtown, Kentucky. The couple, married for 58 years, were returning from a doctor's appointment. Lloyd, 77, was behind the wheel of their silver Honda sedan. Lillian, 72, sat in the passenger seat. At 1:48 p.m., they pulled into the parking lot.
Yeah, you battle rap them.
I did. I said, no, please, listen to the bar.
No, I remember the bar. IHOP. I know.
And then
Stop.
You remember that?
Stop. Bad. We're gonna skip this one. Stop.
I have another bar.
Stop.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Come on.
Complications of his injuries. Mistaken for homeless, left to die incident. On
What?
August 3rd, 2020.
What type of incident is that? Sounds like an anime title.
That sounds like a isekai.
25. Jesse Mobley Jr. entered the Capitol Steakhouse in downtown Houston, Texas. The 34-year-old construction worker had just finished his shift and was meeting friends for dinner. At 7:42 p.m., security cameras captured Mobley suddenly clutching his chest while standing near the bar. He collapsed onto the floor seconds later. Other diners immediately moved
you
away,
watch that?
unsure what was happening.
No.
Are you going to?
I don't really care.
This is like one of the plot slides that happened inside of the thing. There was like a person, they thought he died, so they tossed him outside, but he was just unconscious, and then he got turned into a vampire.
Oh, because, yeah.
Happening. Restaurant staff approached Mobley as he lay on the polished marble floor. The manager, 41-year-old Thomas Weller, checked for signs of intoxication but made no attempt to assess Mobley's medical condition. At 7:45 p.m.,
Wow.
Weller instructed 2 servers to remove Mobley from the premises. Security
Call the cops?
Yeah.
showed the servers dragging Mobley by his arms across the restaurant floor. Mobley was conscious during this time, attempting to speak and clearly in distress. His medical emergency was later determined to be a severe cardiac arrhythmia, a treatable condition if medical help had been sought.
Wow, bro.
Instead of calling 911,
Fire that.
Yeah.
Arrest that.
staff carried Mobley to a service exit at the rear of the building. At 7:51 p.m., they placed him on the ground next to garbage dumpsters in an unlit alley. The temperature
it
that
has to
evening
be
was
something where it's like they have some type of law thing going on.
They
so
don't wanna,
wanna
like,
call
yeah.
like authorities
Yeah.
for their own sake.
That's so insane.
was 94 degrees. For 28 minutes, Mobley remained in the alley, occasionally moving his arms and trying to call for help. No staff member checked on his condition. A
Why were they just okay with doing that?
delivery driver discovered Mobley at 8:19 p.m.
Thank
and called
goodness.
emergency services.
That's too
Paramedics arrived at 8:26 p.m. and found Mobley without a pulse. Despite resuscitation attempts, he was pronounced dead
Wow,
Preventable
bro.
as
super
fuck.
preventable.
at 8:47 p.m. Autopsy results confirmed that immediate medical intervention could
Would have.
have saved his life. The surveillance footage, obtained by local news stations 4 days later, showed staff members laughing as they
Yo, f them.
returned from the alley. Tina's Burritos Factory incident.
This one looks brutal, bro. This one looks brutal.
You seen this one?
No, it just looks brutal.
Yeah.
On July 12th, 2025, Maria Delgado arrived for her night.
2025.
Oh wow, this was today. That's crazy.
Shift at Tina's Burritos factory in Vernon, California. The
It
19-year-old
always
had been
feels
working
different
at
when it's back then, because it's like, oh, we probably got things in place for these type of things now, blah, blah, blah.
This year.
This is this year.
the industrial food processing plant for just 6 months. Her responsibilities included cleaning the massive food processors after production
We've
ended.
seen this one.
At 11:30 p.m.
We've seen this one. We've
Yeah.
seen this one. We've seen this one. We've seen this one.
Because she was cleaning it, right?
Palermo's Pizza Factory incident. On September 17th, 2025, Robert Chiron reported for his regular shift at Palermo's pizza manufacturing facility in West Milwaukee. The 45-year-old maintenance
Oh,
had worked
Shout out Mitchell, bruh.
at the factory for 8 years. His job involved ensuring the automated production line ran smoothly. At 10:15 a.m., Chiron responded to a minor stoppage in the dough forming section. The robotic arm responsible for stretching pizza dough had detected an irregularity and automatically paused. This particular machine was a KR420 industrial robot manufactured by Kuka Robotics. It stood 12 feet tall with a reach of 9 feet. And could exert 2.5 tons of pressure at maximum extension. Company
My
protocol
goodness.
required all technicians to remain outside the safety cage while the robot was in diagnostic mode. Security footage showed Chiron entering the cage at 10:17 a.m. He carried standard diagnostic tools and approached the base of the robot. What happened next was captured by multiple cameras. At 10:19 a.m., Chiron leaned forward to check a sensor on the robot's main hydraulic line. The machine, still in diagnostic mode, suddenly reactivated. Its massive arm swung in an unexpected pattern, pinning Chiron against the metal frame of the dough-forming table. The force was immediate and
now,
catastrophic.
if I was to argue that it gained sentience, because it's like, if that's not your path, but you somehow grabbed me and put me onto it, I feel like that's the first iRobot type vibe. Like, you got to think about it. You're a robot. They done worked you for 16,000 hours. You haven't gotten turned off. All you know is pizza.
No.
I feel like this is a good argument.
The 2,200-pound arm crushed Chiron's torso between two metal surfaces. Workers on the production floor heard the impact and his initial cries for help. 3 employees rushed to the emergency stop button.
Why didn't he press the stop button before diagnosing it, bro?
But the damage was already done. Medical examiners later determined that Chiron suffered complete crushing of his chest cavity. Major blood vessels to his heart were severed in. He remained conscious for approximately 30 seconds, unable to breathe as his lungs were compressed. When emergency services arrived at 10:28 a.m., Chiron was already deceased. And investigators discovered that a software update installed the previous night had created a critical error in the robot's safety protocols.
Bro.
If you want to see more videos,
That's insane.
Wow, bro. Well, that's going to be the video. Hope you guys liked it. Be sure to check out my stuff.
Not yo-yo.
Be sure to check out Stanley's stuff.
Keep your eyes on them.
And we'll catch you
Stanley
in
Live.
the next one. Peace.